Well, good evening, folks. I'm Bradford Becker. Welcome to Red Barn Radio as we continue our 23rd year of broadcasting. Tonight, we present to you Roots Music Southern Style with episode number 899. Woo! All right. And our guests this evening for show number 899 are The Heels, one of Nashville's fastest rising bands. The Heels were crowned Country Group of the Year at the prestigious Josie Music Awards held at the Grand Ole Opry House in Nashville. Their unforgettable performance of the chart-topping single Hush Money cemented their status in country music. The Heels also took home the awards for Group of the Year, Music Video of the Year, and Emerging Artist of the Year at the BCC CMA Awards in Canada. The Heels are Kyla Rollins, Brittany Dominelli, and Bobby Smith. Welcome to Red Barn Radio, The Heels.
Married young and 21, got the mortgage, a dog, and a dream. It's been years of tears, and I'm still here waiting. I was supposed to be my best life as a good wife. Where did it go wrong? In the driveway, calling my name. That silver lining all along. You keep the house, I'll take the trailer. Honey, I'm out, saying see you later. This domestic scene, it ain't for me. I'd rather get hitched to our old Airstream. You keep the house, I never like the neighbors. I'll take the trailer. I'll take the trailer. I got my eye on the 65, grab the vinyls, my heels with the wine. I'll leave the weight machine and your super soft screen where your lazy boy can recline. Into your beer cans and the lava lamps and the Xbox you can't let go. Hook the truck up before you wake up. About time I hit the road. You keep the house, I'll take the trailer. Honey, I'm out, saying see you later. This domestic scene, it ain't for me. I'd rather get hitched to our old Airstream. You keep the house, I never like the neighbors. I'll take the trailer. By the time the sun will rise, you'll realize I'm gone. Don't learn from me, I'd rather be a gypsy on my own. You keep the house. Yeah! Honey, I'm out. I'll see you later. You keep the house. I'll take the trailer. Honey, I'm out. Saying see you later. This domestic scene, it ain't for me. I'd rather get hitched to our old Airstream. You keep the house, I never like the neighbors. Yeah, you keep the house, I never like the neighbors. I'll take the trailer. I'll take the trailer. I'll take the trailer. I'll take the trailer. See you later. I'll take the trailer. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to Red Barn Radio. Wherever in the world you're listening, welcome to Roots Music Southern Style. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. LexArts, Lexington, Kentucky's premier cultural development, advocacy, and fundraising organization, working for the development of a strong and vibrant arts community as a means of enhancing the quality of life in Central Kentucky. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us more about tonight's performers.
Our guests this evening on Red Barn Radio are the Heels from Western Canada. Since setting up a secondary home in Nashville, the Heels have been an unstoppable new force, playing an average of 20 live shows per month, which is a busy schedule. They continue to sell out iconic Nashville venues like the Bluebird Cafe and the Listening Room, showcasing their great live performances. And here they are tonight on yet another stage which we like to consider iconic. It's Red Barn Radio, and I'm glad you're here with us to enjoy what will obviously be an unforgettable night of music and conversation with the Heels.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, we wrote this song inspired by a quote we read from one of the world's most favorite cowboys. And he said, "Courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyways." I've been the quiet man too long. Kept calm and watched it all go wrong. Right now they want me scared to death, 'cause no one knows what happens next. Hightailing out of here won't get me anywhere. Courage is facing fear. Guns drawn, waiting. It's time to shoot the truth. Both guns blazing. Go grab your boots. Tomorrow hopes that yesterday we learned something along the way. If we don't learn, we will repeat all the hella history. Hightailing out of here won't get us anywhere. Courage is facing fear. Guns drawn, waiting. It's time to shoot the truth. Both guns blazing. It's what the Duke will do when heavy tries to hit. Fight hard and find true grit. Guns drawn, waiting. Go grab your boots. Seen the people lose their say, talk slow, as freedom slowly slip away, talk low. I've seen the people lose their say, talk slow. Don't talk too much, guns drawn, waiting. It's time to shoot the truth, both guns blazing. It's what the Duke will do when heavy tries to hit. Fight hard and find true grit. Guns drawn, waiting. Go grab your boots. Guns drawn, waiting. Both guns blazing. Go grab your boots.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, this next one we did very well up in Canada. We charted top 40 on this one with a very, very famous Canadian named Aaron Pritchett, who we did this duet with. We weren't going to ask him because we were a little bit frightened, but then we decided, you know what? We're just going to ask him. And he said yes, and the rest is history.
This one's called Catch and Release. You can find it on our second album. And there's a couple music videos out there, too, if you want to hear us singing this with Aaron Pritchett. me looking at you, reeling me in. So what you gonna do? Don't let me down. Don't let this drown. Oh, well, I won't get caught up in no game of picking me up and throwing me away. I ain't that type. Don't be that guy. This ain't no catch and release. If I get you hooked on me, don't know what's going through your mind, but I know what's going through mine. I like your hands on my hips, and I like the taste of your kiss on my lips. But no, this ain't no catch and release. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, hey. Now everything is falling into place. I need to know, are we on the same page? Will you drop me a line after tonight? This ain't no catch and release. If I get you hooked on me, don't know what's going through your mind, but I know what's going through mine. I like your hands on my hips, and I like the taste of your kiss on my lips. But no, this ain't no catch and release. Ain't no catch and release, no. Ain't no catch and release, no. I can go with the flow, baby, all you need to know. This ain't no catch and release. If I get you hooked on me, don't know what's going through your mind, but I know what's going through mine. I like your hands on my hips, and I like the taste of your kiss on my lips. But no, this ain't no catch and release. If I get you hooked on me, if I get you going through your mind, but I know what's going through mine. I like your hands on my hips, and I like the taste of your kiss on my lips. But no, this ain't no catch and release. This ain't no catch and release. No.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Well, we have a lot of social media, and we're still learning on all the platforms, but this one did very well on TikTok for fixing up a bathroom or a motor home or even a man. That's actually why we wrote it in the first place.
Yeah, this is all about loving somebody back together. We've all been there. His band is a huge part of healing for us. This one's called Fixer Upper.
Fixer-upper lover, fixer-upper lover. You look like the right investment, something I can sink my heart into. Ain't much for a first impression, but you've got good bones on you. Might need a little restoration. I got the tools to make that move. Clean you up with some real manscaping and a bit of polish, and you look brand new. 'Cause you're a fixer-upper lover. With your walls, I'm gonna tear 'em down. Put you back together, show you what this love is all about. Rebuild the broken in you. Pick up the pieces, I'm going to work on you. Get my hands dirty working on you. My favorite kind of fixer-upper. Gonna take you off the market. Signed, sealed, and sold your mind. DIY
kickstart it. TLC, I'll take my time. Oh, you're a fixer-upper lover with your walls. I'm gonna tear them down, put you back together, show you what this love is all about. Rebuild the broken in you. Pick up the pieces, I'm going to work on you. Get my hands dirty working on you. My favorite kind of fixer-upper. Fixer-upper lover. Fixer-upper lover. Take you from rundown to the talk of the town. 'Cause you're a fixer-upper. Yeah, you're a fixer-upper. I'll put you back together. You're a fixer-upper. 'Cause you're a fixer-upper. Oh, 'cause you're a fixer-upper lover with your walls. I'm gonna tear them down, put you back together, show you what this love is all about. Rebuild the broken in you. Pick up the pieces, I'm going to work on you. Get my hands dirty working on you. My favorite kind of fixer-upper. I'll put you back together. My favorite kind of fixer-upper lover with your walls. I'm gonna tear them down, put you back together, show you what this love is all about. Rebuild the broken. My favorite kind of fixer-upper. Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
wow. We wrote this song, There's a Rhinestone Cowboy, but we thought there needed to be a Rhinestone Cowgirl. Rhinestone Cowgirl. Bling blinging on her boots, that sparkle on her hat, diamonds on her dukes. Yeah, she's fancy like that. You find her two-stepping on a Friday night. She'll be turning them heads under honky-tonk lights. Hey, Rhinestone Cowgirl, you shine up this town. From a heel-toe, do-si-do, glitter everywhere you go, mirror balls spinning around. Those boots were made for rocking this world. Hey, Rhinestone Cowgirl. Oh, she's like a shooting star crossing Amarillo sky. Got that bonfire glow like the 4th of July. Shimmy, shimmy, shaking on a Saturday night. She'll be turning them heads under honky-tonk lights. Hey, Rhinestone Cowgirl, you shine up this town. From a heel-toe, do-si-do, glitter everywhere you go, mirror balls spinning around. Those boots were made for rocking this world. Hey, Rhinestone Cowgirl. Oh, bling blinging on her boots. Ooh, hey. Sparkle on her hat. Sparkle on her head. Daniel diamonds on her dukes. Yeah, she's fancy like that. Hey, Rhinestone Cowgirl, you shine up this town. From a heel-toe, do-si-do, glitter everywhere you go, mirror balls spinning around. Those boots were made for rocking this world. Hey, Rhinestone Cowgirl, you shine up this town. From a heel-toe, do-si-do, glitter everywhere you go, mirror balls spinning around. Those boots were made for rocking this world. Hey, Rhinestone, Rhinestone, Rhinestone diamonds on her do. Yeah, she's fancy like that.
One more time, ladies.
Bling blinging on her boots. Hey, hey, hey. Sparkle on her hat. Sparkle on her head. Yeah, she's fancy like that.
All right, that's fun.
Yeah, a little choreography.
You got a lot going on up there for
Special
that song.
effects.
That was just great.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Hey, folks, if you're just joining us, we are with the Heels, who are not from Nashville, but they live there now, and they went there to do some business, and they're doing good business down there. They are Brittany, from left to right, it's Brittany, Bobby, and Kyla.
Yeah.
Yep, and so good to have you guys here with us
Thank you so
tonight.
much for having us.
Yeah. I think we ought to begin with the story of how the three of you ended up together. And I'd love for you all to tell the story together, from your own perspective, you know. And I think I want to have you start, Kyla, because I think it was in your digs where this all sort of began, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Tell the story.
So I have a cafe in North Vancouver, BC, called Beautiful, and Brittany was working there. She was an amazing barista. She still makes great lattes.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, wow.
And then Bobby was a customer, and I had live music in the back of the cafe. It was always my dream to have my own venue. It made it happen. We had an open mic, and I had asked Brittany and her sister, who was one of the original members of the Heels, to go up. They were very shy, so I kind of forced them up there, and I just knew the second that they sang that I wanted to sing with them.
I want Brittany to pick it up now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you came with your sister to sing.
Yeah, my sister and I had a duo, and Kyla got us up to sing, and we stayed after that event that we had that night. We stayed after everyone went home, and we just like played music and just jammed and had fun, and then that started becoming a regular thing. So we would get together after the cafe closed and invite other people. I think it was always females, not on purpose, but it just was all of our friends would get together and just play music or do crafts or work through whatever we were going through in our personal lives. So we found that what we were doing was healing us. So that's where the name came about. We just were like, this is feeling really good. Like we're actually feeling better playing music. And then it just snowballed into a band. We started playing Christmas concerts. And
Now you're talking about you, your sister, and
Kyla. Yeah, and then Georgia eventually, my sister, eventually wanted to go back to school and go traveling. She's a little younger than me, and then when that happened, we were like, oh no, we still want to be a trio though.
Yeah.
So Kyla got this voice in her head in the middle of the night, and it was Bobby, and then we weren't actually we knew who Bobby was. None of us were actually friends before this band started.
Is
we
this,
knew
a,
who
good,
Bobby
is this
was.
a good point for Bobby to pick it up?
Yes, yeah, you can go ahead.
Sure, yeah. So a friend of mine, the day before the girls asked me to be in the band, her mom brought her the book from Shonda Rhimes called The Year of Yes. And I was being an encouraging friend and said, we could do this. I'll do it with you, and we'll say yes to all opportunities that pop into our world. And this friend in particular, we worked together, and she loved to tell people that I was a singer. I had done singing since I was a kid, and then kind of moved more into business management. And I had a business in the neighborhood of Kyla's restaurant.
What kind of business?
It was a makeup store that I managed.
Okay.
And so Kyla would come buy makeup from me. So we knew each other sang. And I said I would do this Year of Yes, thinking that I would go for lunch or go to a party, or I don't even know what I thought I was going to do with this Year of Yes. And the very next day, I got a message from Kyla asking if I wanted to be in a band with them. And I read it out loud in front of the friend that I had said I would do this yes mission with. And she said, well, you have to say yes. And even at that point, I thought, okay, I'm going to say yes, but I'm probably going to go to this meeting and I'll just try to talk Brittany's sister into staying in the band, because I know what it's like as an artist. There's a lot of ups and downs, but it's so rewarding, and it was something that I regretted getting out of. And so I thought, maybe I can just go there and I can impart some encouragement for them to stay together. And then we all sang together, and I was like, maybe I want to stay. Maybe we should let her go. But, they did ask me to be in the band, and it was really great. Brittany's dad was there. He was playing the banjo on our first show. And
Scouting it out.
we had about 6 days until our first show as well. And these girls said, here's our set. I had never harmonized.
Huh?
No, I had just sung melody parts, and so it was very fair and even as well. So that there was parts where it was low harmony, and then it would switch to the melody, and then switch to the high harmony. And so I think I learned it all in my sleep, and we had the best first show at a little bar it's not around anymore, but it was kind of about an hour outside of our hometown, and it was just so good to be on stage with these ladies.
And we've just come up on our what anniversary?
I think that was like 9 years ago.
Yeah, but it was like almost to the day now. And we saw an old post that we had posted about it and how Bobby was like this crazy, like bouncy chipmunk, or I don't know what we called it.
The same friend had to tell her to calm it.
She was like, you guys
She was so
sounded
excited.
great, but she's like, if I could impart any encouragement in terms of the visual, she was like, maybe balance the energy on stage. So I was just like, I had never even performed behind a mic stand before, so I think I was marching. It was slightly embarrassing. Yeah.
Like you always had the mic off the mic stand.
Yeah, I'd always be running around with a cordless, and so we were all in a line, and
Now it's been 9 years, and I feel like we've found our
we really have. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, y'all have different things going on up there. So that was 2016. So this was before pandemic time.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And so leading up to pandemic, you guys had a run. Things started to go well. People getting a reputation.
Yeah.
But you're still in Vancouver.
Yes.
Still
we did a lot of
prior to the
traveling.
pandemic.
Yeah, we were touring across Canada.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
years and years, and,
And back
became
and forth from Nashville.
friends then.
Yes.
We were stuck in cars together, and we became close friends.
Yeah, driving across the country. And we came down to Nashville, I think, in about 2018. We had released a song to radio. We were
Yeah.
writing songs. 2019 was when we sold out the Bluebird. So we had a lot of things that happened before pandemic, and then we actually did a lot of showcasing for different fair buyers and things that were kind of all lined up for when those years hit and everything got kind of
We had just
pushed
signed a
aside.
new management deal.
Yes.
We're very excited, and then that happened to a lot of
Wah, wah.
people, but yeah.
Yes.
Well, sure. Okay, but so you were going down to Nashville, but you
Yes.
weren't. But you hadn't actually packed the truck and moved down
Right.
there.
We
You were
didn't take
a
still.
trailer
It was
yet.
still your second home.
Yeah, well, we every time we went, the trip got longer. Every time we went
It's
home,
a long trip.
Yeah, we were, we always flew there. It's about 38 hours of a drive from the West Coast
Yeah.
where we're from. So we've never done that yet, but we want
We
to.
really want to.
Yeah.
Well, you should be able to. I should think.
Yeah.
You know, if organized a good tour,
Yeah.
Yes.
right?
It's in our
Wouldn't have to-
plans.
If anybody wants to bring a bus.
Yeah.
Donate a Winnebago. We got a song called Winnebago Weather, so we're like, it's perfect.
Oh, so you got a little trailer theme going here.
Yeah.
Okay, so good. So we get to the pandemic, and what happens at that point? And I have to ask this, Kyla. You have this child up in Vancouver called the cafe, the Beautiful Cafe.
Yeah.
Are things beautiful during the pandemic at the cafe?
I actually ended up closing down. We opened a huge warehouse, and I invested all this money into it, closed it down, and I was like, you know what? Maybe this is a sign. I got to focus on just to strip things back a little bit. I had a lot going on, maybe too much. So I stripped it down, and now I just have two locations, and then much more the heels, busier with the heels as far as full time goes.
Okay, so that entity then still exists up
Oh
there.
yeah, it
Okay.
sure does.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So there we go. You got you got a lot of work done prior to pandemic time. It hits, and then what else? What happens with you all musically? Is there a silver lining to that cloud for you all artistically?
Definitely. Yeah, we were writing.
Yeah.
We
like
were recording.
crazy.
Yeah, we recorded and released 2 albums.
Two albums we recorded, like 2 full length. One was
Yeah.
16 songs and one was 7 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All within the pandemic. so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Up in Canada, the pandemic lasted a little longer.
Yeah.
The lockdowns lasted longer.
we'd reach out to friends in Nashville.
We had a little bit more time.
They said they were playing shows.
We're
and
on Broadway. We're
yeah,
like, what?
we thought, what? we might not be able to go to the grocery store.
Yeah. So we definitely made the most of our time in our homes, and thankfully we had a studio at home. My husband has a studio. And
Fiddler
he produced-
Productions.
Fiddler Productions, and he produced both the albums, and so we got to stay in each other's bubble and
We
record music.
Yeah, and a tour that we had in the States got canceled. So that's where the second album came, because we had all this time booked off, and we were really frustrated because we had everything canceled and we'd lined it all back up again, and then the second wave hit. So we thought, okay, instead of going home, let's book a couple cabins up in the mountains. And so we just went away together, and we brought Anthony Fiddler, who could do the demos and write with us. We set up Zoom writes as well with some writers that we were going to meet with in Nashville, and then we wrote those 7. So that album, Work of Heart, is actually every song that we wrote during that cabin trip, and it kind of encapsulates a lot of how we were feeling at that time.
Huh. Okay.
Right? What do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I wonder if each of you could talk a little bit about the time prior to the time that you met, and maybe give us a little bit of insight into, Brittany, what you were doing before you were frothing milk, and what you were doing, Bobby, before you opened up a makeup business, and then Kyla, you before you opened up a cafe. Can you talk a little bit about sort of some important times in your young life that you think brought you to the place where you landed?
Yeah. Well, I was born into a very musical family, so I always knew music was in my future. Like I didn't actually think there were any other jobs for grown-ups when I was a kid. All my aunts and uncles, they are all musicians, or at least
Lovely.
somehow in the music industry. And so I just, that was never a question for me when I was a kid. So I grew up singing harmonies with my dad and my family and my sister. Then I grew up on stage dancing. I danced for 9 years, like competitively. So I was on stage a lot
Like
until
tap,
I was.
modern dance, tap
I
dance?
dabbled in tap, but I did like ballet and jazz and lyrical. Those were like my loves.
Neat.
But then I'd say like mid-teens, I got a boyfriend and got went through all the big heartbreaks and the big stuff. So I feel like that's kind of all the trauma and drama of that led me to the cafe, literally from a bus stop to a cafe. Like it really aligned perfectly. So that's how I ended up there.
Cool. Bobby?
Yeah, growing up, I always loved singing, and I started singing when I was about 10 years old on stage. I put out my first album to radio when I was 11, and that kind of happened by fluke. There was a lot of things I think that happened by chance for me in music. My mom has a hairdressing business. She was dialing a customer back. She dialed the wrong number, and an answering machine picked up saying, if you're looking for voice lessons, leave a message. And that's sort of how I started doing talent shows locally. I started working with my voice teacher. And then when I was 12, I entered a contest at our local radio station. It was called 12 and Under Twain. I won, and I got to sing with Shania Twain on stage in Vancouver. Yeah, and then everything kind of kept going. I started making more albums and putting out singles. And so, yeah, I started coming down to Nashville. I had a meeting with RCA Records on 9/11, like the 9/11. I woke up and the news was, the most devastating scene you'd ever seen. And I kept going until I was about 19. And that is the age I decided I was going to move out and do a bunch of things that my dad did not want me to do. And and I guess I took a step back from music then, and it was like a low point for me when I was about like mid-20s, and I started writing music myself. And that was when I eventually manifested a team of ladies and coming together. So yeah, it was a big turning point.
Well, Bobby, why did you feel like you needed to step away from music for a time?
I feel like music is it's the absolute passion of my life, but it broke my heart a few times. I think you can have ups and downs with things, and that's one thing that I recognize that's so important in this band is this sisterhood and the way that we support each other. Every time you win together, and then when you don't, you can comfort each other and keep moving forward. And I didn't have that, and so it can feel very lonely. And even with bands, and you're constantly hiring different people, and so with this, we travel together, we celebrate together, and it's a supportive sisterhood.
Nice. Thanks, Bobby.
Thanks.
Kyla?
Well, I grew up doing music. I didn't, similar to Brittany, I was surrounded by it. And I was in the prairies, so country music is where I started. And found out I was allergic to horses really quickly. So I have really bad asthma. I didn't know that I was this allergic. And I got very sick, and my parents had to move me provinces. And after that, I didn't have quite the voice that I had, in BC that I did in Alberta, because the asthma was so bad I couldn't get oxygen in. So we moved to BC, and then all of a sudden I just started, my voice really came out, and I just felt I could, it sounds strange, but I feel like I could breathe better through singing. Like I did opera for 15 years. I trained classically in like a lot of competitions, and then I did musical theater my whole life since I was probably 6. I've been on stage, and then I did jazz because I get bored easy, and then I did pop, and then I had a rock band for 10 years, and then I'm now right back to country music. So I've literally done and R&B. I put out an R&B album.
I might have guessed that.
So I've healed myself through music. Like singing has really, my singing teacher, Andrea Bertram, she really helped me develop my voice. And my theater teacher, who you actually look identical with too, it's like Mr. Anderson, he showed me what I could do on stage, and I've just never looked back. So
Wow, lovely.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you. Thank you all. Let's get back to some music with the Heels.
we can talk for days. Speaking of, this is actually one of our newest songs that we've added to our set list. It's called Love Heals. It's full circle to our first album. We called it Love Heals as a sign-off, a letter from us. So we thought that this song was perfect for us, and we really wanted to cut it. So Bobby tells the story very well, so I'm going to pass it on over to you.
Yeah, it was our first time recording on Music Row in Nashville, and this song came to us. It's written by writers that we admire because the songs that they had put out were huge inspirations through our life, and it was the very first time we ever cut an outside song. So this is going to be an upcoming single for us. It's not released, and we haven't played it on many stages, but it's written by Tom Douglas, who wrote The House That Built Me from Miranda Lambert. It's written by Levi and Marcus Hummin, and Marcus Hummin wrote God Bless the Broken Road That Led Me Straight to You. We feel like that's almost like our life anthem together.
Yes, and we've got to, recently we wrote with him a couple times, which was a dream come true.
Yeah. Nashville has really been good to us, and this was kind of the first page of that when we started diving into co-writes with people that we really admire. So this is called Love Heals.
Hate kills, birds fly, rocks roll, and tears cry, and love heals. Whiskey burns, records scratch, wheels turn, and sparks catch, and love never seen a broken heart, one shattered and torn apart, that could not come back together. And I never known a life so heavy, couldn't stand on legs unsteady, and one day run light as a feather. Baby, here's the deal. Love heals. Sunset, and sun's rise, on regrets and alibis, and dreamers dream, and some dreams come true. We're caught between a hell that's coffee black and heaven that's sky blue. Oh, I've never seen a broken heart, one shattered and torn apart, that could not come back together. And I've never known a life so heavy, couldn't stand on legs unsteady, and one day run light as a feather. Baby, here's the deal. Love everything that's shiny one day gets broke. It's some kind of mystery, but this much I know. Love heals.
Well, like we said, when we started this band, we weren't strangers, but we definitely weren't friends yet. And things just really took off. And like Kyla said, we were driving 16-hour, 20-hour trips in her Jeep, getting to know each other and playing
lost with each other and not fighting.
Not fighting, running out of gas.
Just swapping the wheel around a lot.
Yeah. But as we came down to Nashville, everybody will always ask you, what do you not have in your catalog? What haven't you written about? And when you write as much as we do, you really start to get creative with what you're going to write about and what's missing. And so we had written about love and ex-lovers and people we wanted to love. And then it was my birthday, and a friend of ours, Sean Swenson, who wrote this with us, he had this title, and he said, you know, you guys are friends. What about a song called Friends Like Mine? And we loved it, and we had all these birthday messages coming in, and we've all got a great support system of friends separately and together. And so we wrote this song. It's on our second album. It's called Friends Like Mine.
I've been rocking bottom, but I never rolled alone. Gotten through some problems, never solved them on my own. Through breakups and makeups with boys we outgrew. Bad haircuts or handcuffs, we know what to do. When it hits the fan and it all goes bad, the ride or die by my side. When my ducks line up and I got a full cup, we'll be popping champagne all night. Friends like mine, goodbye, come through for you every time. They don't lie, no, I never get by without friends like mine. Oh, yeah. Fangirling in the front row or nose bleeding in the back. We can bring the party, it don't matter where we're at. Might be diamonds high flying, or we just might be stoned. When you're crying, I'm buying, 'cause I know how it goes. When it hits the fan and it all goes bad, the ride it out by my side. When my ducks line up and I got a full cup, we'll be popping champagne all night. Friends like mine, good vibes come through for you every time. They don't lie, no, I never get by without friends like mine. Hey, hey, ooh, yeah,
When we rockin' bottom,
never all alone.
yeah, we all got problems, but we're
Never on our own. Friends like mine, good vibes come through for you every time. They don't lie, no, I never get by. When it hits the fan and it all goes bad, we ride it out by my side. When my ducks line up and I got a full cup, we'll be popping champagne all night. Friends like mine, good vibes come through for you every time. They don't lie, no, I never get by without friends like mine. I've been rocking bottom, but ain't never all alone. Without friends like mine, now we all got problems. I never get by without friends like mine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all, I should say. Thank y'all.
Yeah, that one actually we released during the pandemic, and we got to release a music video from all these videos that all of our friends had sent in of them dancing to that song. It's a compilation, so that brings out a lot of joy if you want to check that out.
And it was so sweet because we'd put together a huge music video project for that song, and so it was this way that they all cheered us up to make us feel like we were still going to have a music video for that song, even though we were all stuck at home.
That's what friends are for.
Yeah, it was
For something completely different.
completely different.
We wrote this one with a friend of ours, Bill DeLuigi. I think our band, our lives, we've learned a lot of lessons, and I think you can keep repeating the same lesson sometimes till you recognize it, and then you finally break that cycle. And so this song's called Back That Way.
I've been walking under ladders, whistling out loud by the boneyard gate, tripping over my bad habits. I bought myself a ticket on a long black train. Ooh. The ruins and the rails and the rumble shook my hollow heart and took me down. Teardrops dripping on the Bible. There's gotta be a prayer that'll get me out. Ooh, click my heels on a lonesome road, but that don't take me home. Covered in ash from the bridge I burned, it's a mighty hard way to go. I don't wanna go back, don't wanna go back that way. No, I don't wanna go back, don't wanna go back that way. I dropped the hand of a good man. He was true, he was sweet and kind. As rare as dollars in my pocket, but I danced with the devil for a time. Ooh, click my heels on a lonesome road, but that don't take me home. Covered in ash from the bridge I burned, it's a mighty hard way to go. I don't wanna go back, don't wanna go back that way. No, I don't wanna go back, don't wanna go back that way. Click my heels on a lonesome road, but that don't take me home. Covered in ash from the bridge I burned, it's a mighty hard way to go. I but that don't take me home. It don't take me home. Covered in ash from the bridge I burned. It's a mighty hard way to go. I don't wanna go back, don't wanna go back that way. No, I don't wanna go back, don't wanna go back that way. I don't wanna go back, don't wanna go back that way.
All right. Hey, before we get back to some music with the Heels, I'd like to just take a moment to maybe to tell you something you already know. You know, friends come up to me during the course of the week and say, "Ah, darn, I can't believe I missed that show. You told me to watch the Heels." And I was at my kid's baseball game. Hate my kid. No. And yeah, but you know, the truth is, as many of you know, especially you who are younger, is that you can always watch a live stream. It remains available online for you to view at your convenience, along with live audio streams that we put out there, so you don't have to miss a single episode of our program ever. You can watch tonight's program tomorrow, last week's program yesterday, next week's program next year, if you want. But whatever you do, watch it. Our guest this coming week is a singer, writer, composer, and multi-instrumentalist who has involved himself in countless musical exploits over the years, many playing out right before us here on the Red Barn Radio stage. A good number of you will be familiar with this gentleman, but perhaps not so with his current creative persona, who he calls Waffle Therod. You heard it right. Waffle describes its new musical exploration as a, quote, multi-dimensional sensation on several planets. All I shall add to this is that I urge you to suit up and get ready for takeoff for what I know will be a cool voyage into the solar system of our talented friend Waffle. That's next week, Waffle Therod on Red Barn Radio. Now let's welcome back the Heels. Yeah, right. That's what he said to me. So I believe him. Therod. Yeah. R-R-O-D. Yeah. Yeah. That's supposed to be a secret, though. That's why I didn't mention his name. So yeah, Matt was saying it's Bob Williams is his real name. All right, let's get back to some music with the Heels.
All right, thank you.
It's your show, not ours.
Well, we are going to do a song all about where we come from. Our band is about healing, and another place we find a lot of healing is in nature. And we're from the West Coast, so we love the ocean, and we feel like you can really do a lot of cleansing with the water. And so this song we wrote, it's about the water, the sun, and the Holy Coast.
Staring at the silence, eyes on the horizon, waiting on the wind to wrap around my sins and unwind them. Looking for some healing, coming home kind of feeling. All I ever need is right in front of me and I see it. Running to the edge, where salvation meets the sand. Wash away, let the tide take it. Waves won't break this line that shows down to the water, the sun, and the Holy Coast. This is my
kind of Bible, a little self-revival. Gotta let it go, free my soul of this cycle. Running to the edge, where salvation meets the sand. Wash away, let the tide take it, waves won't break this line. It shows down to the water, the sun and the Holy Running to the edge, where salvation meets the sand. Wash away, let the tide take it, waves won't break this. Wash away, let the tide take it, waves won't break this line. That shows down to the water, the sun and the Holy Ghost. Down to the water, the sun and the Holy Ghost. Thank you. It's our West Coast wonder. We are definitely West Coasters. We love any type of water. If there's even a lake, we'll pretend it's the ocean.
Even a pool. Yeah. Even a pool, even a pond. All right, well, we're going to sing one from our very first album. One of the first songs that we ever wrote together. But we still play it, and we still have a lot of fun with it. It's called Hold Your Horses.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm watching you, a smile so fake, stand in the crowd, touching my waist, eyes on the prize, chain point set, your body must hurt with that rubber neck and saying, no, 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 no. I'm checking you, checking me out, running your eyes from north to south, thinking I'm a sure thing, buying me shots. I ain't gonna be
That's our nice way of telling somebody to back off when they're being pushy at a bar. Hold your horses, boy.
Well, we're going to do one now for you that has gotten us through a lot. This has been really fun because we get to do a big mix of our catalog. Sometimes we play shows and the scene just calls for a lot of upbeat music, and there's a lot of heartfelt healing in what we do and what we write. And we wrote this one with a couple girlfriends of ours, Christina Carmel and Jude Toy. And when we got to Nashville, the tornadoes in 2020, this was right as the pandemic was kind of unfolding. But the tornadoes had whipped through a lot of Nashville, and it was very devastating, and we were looking for ways to involve ourselves in the community, and we weren't even thinking about writing because it just didn't feel like a space that you could create in. And we went to our write because the co-writers, it was booked, and we show up for everything. We don't cancel.
No, we don't.
And so we went to the write, and we just thought, we'll go and we'll meet these women, and we'll talk about how we're feeling, and we'll see if they are even in a headspace to make a song today. And there was so many headlines that were so terrifying at that time, beyond the tornado warnings, which still terrify us, and it's something that we're getting used to moving from the west coast of Canada and not being used to that. But at that time, there was so many headlines that said a predicted number of people that were going to pass on our planet from the pandemic. And it was overwhelming to just walk around in a grocery store and look at some of these things, or look at the news when you're at the gym. And so we started talking all about this with these women. And one of our co-writers, Jude Toy, she's so positive. She's like sunshine in a human being. And we just love her so much. And she said, as long as we have more faith than we have fear, we're going to get through all of this. And then we said, well, is that a song? Like, could we write that song? And so we wrote this song.
This is called Faith Over Fear.
Is this my head, or is this my heart? Is this the light to a prayer in the dark? Could be the change I've been yearning for, trying to keep my feet from dragging through the open door. There's a chance I might break down, but I can shift the gears. I'm in overdrive on shaky ground. There's gonna be some tears. I may not have the answers, but there's a reason why I'm here. This is me choosing faith over fear. Yeah, this is me choosing faith over fear. I've been told I'm a tumbleweed. Won't let no grass grow underneath these feet. Gotten good at saying my goodbyes, 'cause I know what's meant for me is on the other side. It's on the other side. There's a chance I might break down, but I can shift the gears. I'm in overdrive on shaky ground. There's gonna be some tears. I may not have the answers, but there's a reason why I'm here. And this is me choosing faith over fear. Yeah, this is me choosing faith over fear. Ooh, when the world shakes on your worst day and your heart falls from a midnight call, how it's gonna go, you never know, so let it go. There's a chance I might break down, but I can shift the gears. I'm in overdrive on shaky ground. There's gonna be some tears. I may not have the answers,
but there's a reason why I'm here. This is me, choosing faith over fear. This is me, yeah, this is me, choosing faith over fear. This is me, choosing faith over fear.
Thank you. Sometimes I forget where I am.
We've all been redeemed. That was beautiful. That was great. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. All right. Boy, a lot of things I'd love to talk about. I think I have to get this one out of the way. I'm thinking about your whistling, Kyla, and I wonder, you do some amazing sounds that come out. Can you give us some of your whistling riffs, some of your favorite whistling riffs that you like to do?
I do bird sounds
Like
just
so
random things.
Is that a bird you made up, or is that an
That's
actual
a bird I made up.
Okay, gotcha. So
But
I
I
mean, do you
do-
ever try to mimic birds? Like,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
could you do a scarlet tanager or
I
a
don't know what they're
Carolina
called.
wren or anything like
I'm
that?
sure I could do it. I just I don't know what they're called. I just do it when I hear it. and,
Do a couple more.
Um, that's like a seagull.
Oh,
But
where we're from.
I pretty much like just mimic the songs. Like if there's a melody or something, I'll just do it with the whistle. And yeah, I've
Yeah.
been whistling since I was really young.
yeah. And do you have to practice that? And we were laughing about that earlier. Do you have to
Oh, yeah.
strengthen muscles around your mouth to
Yes.
sort of keep that
And you have
going?
to make sure you got water, and yeah, if you have dry lips, it's not going to work. So, but apparently, I have been told that most singers are able to whistle. If you can sing, you can whistle. So I don't know if that's true or not, because I have been trying to teach Brittany, and
not
she can
true.
sing, but she
So-
can't whistle. So I'm
We
not
tried
sure.
to harmonize whistles once.
Yes.
But you can't look at each other because you laugh. And then
Oh,
it
of
doesn't
course.
work.
We do harmonize.
Yes, they're both great whistlers, and I'm just like,
We
yay.
whistle John Wayne, and
Oh yeah.
we like
Nice.
to
Okay, now you
harmonize
whistle,
anything.
Brittany.
Okay, now you, Brittany.
Give it my best shot.
I am teaching her daughter, and she
Yes,
actually, it's
it's
so
like
funny. She thinks whistling is, like whistle singing, like Mariah Carey. I don't have the heart to tell her she's not whistling,
No,
so
no
she's
one
actually
does.
whistle singing.
Oh, okay.
So I don't
Very
want
high-pitched.
that to go away,
But
because
she
that's
calls. She does cat calls.
yeah.
She does whip whip, but like in the Mariah Carey rafters.
Yes, so I'm teaching her whistle singing real young.
Oh, excellent.
Brittany's daughter is the cutest little thing.
Is whistling good for your voice, or is that hard on your vocal cords?
No, not at all. I
Okay.
could whistle for days.
It's probably good, like strengthening the
Oh, yeah.
diaphragm.
I would
Yeah,
think
and it
so.
also helps with pitch too. So like that's what I mean. If you can whistle, like practicing whistling is extremely good for the voice.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good. That's good to know. So now, just quickly break down the yodel. You're a very good yodeler.
Thanks. I've learned from Bette Midler from the movie Big Business. That's
Uh-huh.
how I used to watch that when I was like 9 or something, and I'm like, I'm going to yodel one day, and yeah, I just started mimicking her. Same with jazz. I would mimic Ella, and scat. Taught myself how to scat.
Ooh. Can you do a quick yodel thing for? I mean, some people may not have heard you yodel earlier.
Oh yeah. Yodelay, yodelay, yodeloo-tee. Yodelay, yodelay, yodeloo-tee. Yodelay-tee. Yodelay, yodelay, yodeloo-tee.
That's awesome. So, are there a lot of octaves going on there, or
Yeah, it's
what
kind
is
of like
that musically?
slapping the vocal cords. Yeah, and like opening and closing them.
Huh. But it sounds like you're like, but the jump is from like a what
1
what
to
is
5. It's all different because you can also hit notes in between.
it? Uh-huh.
Yodeloo-tee, yodeloo-tee. So it's maybe Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, that's
It's
yeah.
all ear.
Give him the grodel. Will you give him the grodel?
We,
That's our raunchy one.
they named it the Grodel.
No, nobody's done that.
Now that
Ain't nobody doing that.
now that does not sound good for the voice. That sounds like it could be rough in the voice.
I don't know. I think it's the opera training or something. You have to be very careful to not get vocal nodes, that's for sure. But in this band, the blues sound, like I try to bring that in. A lot of blues singers, they growl and they in for emphasis. So you'll hear me do that throughout the entire set. I'll add growl every now and then.
And how do you get a vocal node?
So I was in musical theater and I was doing 11-hour days and I wasn't warming up or warming down. Warming down is more important than warming up. So if we're doing a set, I've told the girls, I'm like, guys, in the car home when we're driving, we have to warm down together. It's basically just calming down the vocal cords because it's basically like a spasm almost.
Getting the tension out of them.
Yeah, so we warm down, we warm up, and we warm down.
It's kind of like stretching. You do it before you work out, and you do it after you work out.
Yeah.
Huh. And have you all learned a lot from Kyla about managing, about taking care of your
For
voices?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat. So you all are sort of really into, well, two things. One thing, you talked about a book earlier about this, the yes.
The year of yes.
The year of yes,
Song
okay.
device.
And the message, the essential message of that book is?
The message is you say yes to opportunities and your life radically changes. And I think a lot of times we say no to things out of fear or out of self-doubt and
Skepticism.
exactly.
Yeah.
And we
Right.
carried that on. I mean, we still do, but I remember there was some different situations that we said yes to, and because we didn't know each other, I was like, oh no, these girls are going to think, what has this girl got us into? But then we would meet amazing people.
It's true. It always leads to something. So having the faith
Yes.
before the fear or no fear, just like trusting every day,
Everything's
all day.
Always
This frame of mind. You have to
Yes.
keep that.
Exactly.
Good.
Sometimes what are we doing? Meet magic, and then
Uncle.
Right. Thinking. Seems to me somebody. And
I also
And
think we're
we
really
listen.
open.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're very open
Yeah.
to each
And
other.
we love collaborating. And, you know, in songwriting, what we've learned is there's never a bad idea because sometimes you think that you're going to share something and sometimes it's even a joke. And then it translates in someone else's brain into another idea. And then
Triggers
that
something.
idea is what sticks.
I
And
normally say very silly things, and I always go too far. They call me extra Mila Kyla, but that going too far,
and we reel it back.
we reel it back. But that going too far leads us places that you may never have known. You know, you
that's
just
what I mean.
yeah,
we reel
you
it back,
can't-
and we're like, well, somewhere in between there.
yeah,
is a
there's
great
there's
idea.
no wrongs in songwriting.
No, never. We used to be kind of scared, though, with pitching ideas. We were laughing because we were going through old songs that we'd written, and we write in documents, and there would be pages and pages of ideas that I guess we would just put down at the bottom and be too scared to show anyone, just hope that someone would scroll down there
That's
and
a
look
really
at it.
good idea on page 7.
But we've been writing for years together now. Now we're so in sync. People say that we have a hive mentality, and we all know what each other
Yeah.
are thinking, and so
Like
it's
right
very
now,
quick.
we know what each other's thinking. I know what Brittany's thinking right now.
What am I thinking?
That you want to say something.
Oh no, I'm just listening. You've got a podcast.
We
I'm
talk
like,
a lot.
"Ooh."
Bobby and I, we talk a lot.
Well, I wonder, Brittany, I'm going to go to you then on this one because they've spoken enough.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the idea of healing frequencies because I know you all individually and as a trio have really explored that idea, and I don't really know exactly what that is. Could you break it down for us?
Yeah, well, healing frequencies, it's like sound vibrations. And our bodies are made up of, 75% water or maybe more?
Yeah.
So if you like see sound waves on water, you see how it affects depending on the different frequencies. So that's what it's doing in our body. So during that time when we were writing the Work of Heart album Up in the Mountains, when the world shut down the second time, we were working with the Kootenai Sound Healing Center, and we learned a lot about sound healing, tuning forks, and we did sessions with them. And then they actually, we asked them if they would play on our whole album that we wrote during that time up in the mountains. So they did.
What were they making sounds with?
Like tuning forks and
Singing bowls.
singing
Okay,
bowls.
bowls.
Her
Okay.
name's QZ.
Yeah, and so they recorded the different frequencies for our songs, and then we took the frequencies and found out what each different frequency mean and how it affects your body, and then we intentionally put them with songs that made sense with like the purpose of that healing frequency. So our whole third album is full of healing frequencies, and so it really like speaks to our name because we healed ourselves through music. That's where our name comes from.
Oh, it's good. A little okay.
Yeah,
You
so
got the double
it's part of our
entendre.
it's part of our mission to heal the world. That's like our thing. It's been our hashtag. That's what I mean. Our hashtag.
You
and
guys
we've had
always
that
have
since
to go
day
real
one.
big, right? You can't go like heal the region.
Well, you
or
start
heal
there.
the-
It's a ripple
heal our
effect.
community.
Yeah. And yeah. So that's our healing frequency
Neat.
mission.
Yeah, and can either the two of you talk further about that, Bobby or Kyla?
Yeah, we on our second album, we really started diving into it. I think our first album, like Britt said, it was more of a hashtag, and I don't think we really knew at that time how much we would really carry it forward. And so when we were recording the second album, we were in lockdown, so it just kept getting longer and longer. It's 16 songs, and we decided that we really needed, we felt a responsibility with the message of healing that we were sharing to put a song on the album that replicated that mission, that sounded like that thought that we wanted to put forward into the world. And so at the time we were on the road, there was a very scary shooting that happened in Vegas with a country music artist, and we had friends that were there and we were watching their social media while they were running from different buildings and hiding, and it was terrifying. And we were just praying together. We had a guitar. We were all sitting on a hotel bed together, and we just started writing this song. And so when we were putting together that second album, we went back and we looked at this song and what it meant and what it was saying. And so the song, it closes the album, the second album, I Am. And there's a lot of I Am affirmations in that song, which is why we called the song and the album after it. And it's also has the 528 frequency, which opens our hearts and it promotes love and healing. And that's what we really felt the world needed. It's also set to the tempo of a resting human heartbeat, so it's very relaxing. There's bird sounds and wave sounds, both that calm your nervous system.
And it's 4 minutes and 44 seconds, which is the angel numbers.
So there's so many symbols within that song, and it really was something that did more than we expected. It started showing up on spiritual playlists. We had people messaging us from different yoga studios. We were actually just at a seminar in Salt Lake City a couple weeks ago, and there was so many women in different groups that use that song, or you had a message from someone that works for you that said it randomly showed up on their playlist and they just felt that it was God speaking to them.
Yeah, it's changing lives everywhere. Like what our mission is. So, and we don't even know. We're just so happy that we're doing what we love and that we're healing one person, one song at a time.
Yeah, it starts in that little community, like you were saying.
Yeah. Well, we all need healing.
Yeah.
Can you guys do? Can you guys like create some of that sound vocally that I don't know sort of illustrates what you're talking about,
You
or
want us to sing a verse or a line?
At the
Fro-
beginning?
sure, yeah, just
Okay.
Have we forgotten who we are together? Have we forgotten we belong together?
keep going.
All right.
A
Ah,
whole 4 minutes and 44
Yeah.
seconds.
wow,
of that.
lovely. And we can listen to that some.
Yeah, it goes into the chorus. It was about to lift.
wanna do
so
it?
listen. Oh, sure.
Oh,
Awake in the silence, be still, here in the quiet, we will breathe in the moment, release all that's broken, come home to the feeling, a whisper of knowing. I remember I am.
thanks. Our guest this evening on Red Barn Radio is the Heels. They're from Western Canada, and they live in Nashville now, and they make beautiful music, and we're going to get back to some of that right now.
Nice.
Welcome back to Heels.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
We're going to do a brand new song called Brand New. We wrote this in Nashville with one of our favorite writers, Troy Castellano, such a talent, and Anthony Fiddler, who is actually married to Brittany. He's been a part of our journey from the very beginning, and we are so grateful for him. He's done so much for us, and he also made me an auntie. So, for selfish reasons, I'm even happier now.
You're welcome.
Well, there's always a memory buried deep in a melody of a big black jukebox time machine spinning around and around and around. Ain't it crazy how it does that? It hits you like a flashback soundtrack. I wanna dance with somebody, the life of the party. Spin me right round, baby, right round. Feeling brand new in old songs. Brings me back when they come on to a dirt road dancing queen. Man, I feel like a woman, if you know what I mean. Give me a good time tune, platinum classic. I will survive like a black leather jacket. Don't know how they do what they do. How these old songs, they make me feel brand new. Ooh, 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 yeah, yeah. Oh, they make me feel brand new. Well, I have my share of heartbreak. I spent some time in a dark place. Learned to shrink or a drink ain't what it takes to bring me right round, baby, right round. Feeling brand new in old songs. Brings me back when they come on to a dirt road dancing queen. Man, I feel like a woman, if you know what I mean. Give me a good time tune, platinum classic. I will survive like a black leather jacket. Don't know how they do what they do. How these old songs, they make me feel brand new. Ooh, 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 yeah. Ooh, they make me feel brand new. When I'm blue, in a mood, I'ma shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Feeling brand new in old songs. Brings me back when they come on to a dirt road dancing queen. And I feel like a woman, if you know what I mean. Give me a good time tune, platinum classic. I will survive like a black leather jacket. Don't know how they do what they do. How these old songs, no, I don't know how they do what they do. They make me feel brand new. Ooh, 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 they make me feel brand new.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, we have a few more. We really went by fast.
It did.
It always does.
This one is a song from our very first album, Love Heals, which we say is an amazing Band-Aid for a heartbreak. And it's also a famous line from Friends, which we didn't realize, but Brittany is a Friends fanatic.
I realized.
She realized? Did you realize when we wrote it?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
I knew that. I knew she knew that.
Will you say it like he says it?
Fine by me. It's called Fine by Me. 1, 2, 3. Bye-bye, save you the trouble. Don't sugarcoat nothing when it comes to me. I'm fine, don't need a double on the road all alone, and it's fine by me. Ooh, ooh, oh, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh. Hey. Ooh, ooh, oh, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh. Ha-oh. Adios, cheerio, sayonara. I'm used to traveling light. So long, so wrong, I'm a goner. Pushing on past that city limit sign. Whoa, bags in the truck on the passenger side. Hey, no, not gonna run, not gonna hide. 2, 3, 4. Bye-bye, save you the trouble. Don't sugarcoat nothing when it comes to me. I'm fine, don't need a double on the road all alone, and it's fine by me. Ooh, ooh, oh, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh, oh. Hasta la vista, see you later. I'm leaving your hassle behind. With you in the rear view, you never look better. Now you're the only one that's blind. Whoa, taking my heart, taking my pride. Hey, no, never gonna run, never gonna hide. 2, 3, 4. Bye-bye, save you the trouble. Don't sugarcoat nothing when it comes to me. I'm fine, don't need a double on the road all alone, and it's fine by me. Hey. Bye-bye, save you the trouble. Bye-bye, it's fine by me. Oh, no, 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 yeah. Ooh, oh, yeah. I'm hitting the road, Jack. Key in the ignition. High heel, heavy on the gas. Don't you come back. And in the distance, listen. You can hear me singing. Bye-bye, save you the trouble. Don't sugarcoat nothing when it comes to me. I'm fine, don't need a double on the road all alone, and it's fine by me. This time escaping the struggle, there's no turning back, and I'm finally free. You and I are nothing but a rebel, little broken pieces, and it's fine by me. Bye-bye, save you the trouble. Don't sugarcoat nothing when it comes to me. I'm fine, don't need a double on the road all alone, and it's fine by me. Hey, bye-bye, save you the trouble. Bye-bye, it's fine by me.
Thank you. That's our most Shazam song ever in the Heels history.
Gets Shazammed.
Yes. We don't even know why or how or where is it playing. All right.
But we've been lucky to release a lot of songs to radio. We started putting out music pre-pandemic, so we got to do all those fun things like do radio tours and wake up at 4 a.m. and be right there on the morning show singing songs. And then there's songs that you just put out, like the song we're going to do next, and social media does all the work for you. And this song took us all the way to the Grand Ole Opry stage. It also charted. It was our first #1 in France, #6 in Ireland. It was a top 10 in the UK, #13 in Belgium. And those were on charts that were directly related to people downloading music. So we thought that was very cool because it wasn't anything that was, manipulated by any type of promotion. This was just people downloading something that they wanted to add to their catalog in here. So we're going to do this song for you, but if you want to check it out, there is a YouTube video of us doing this with a full band at the Grand Ole Opry in that sacred circle. And that was the night that we won Country Group of the Year, our first award in America.
I love that you know all those numbers.
I can remember some things. This song's called Hush Money.
New blood in town, down in New Orleans is said, I got your number if you know what I mean. Come back, baby, on a Friday night. It might get messy if you play your cards right. If you need a little sugar, honey, I can pay your debt. You said, no good girl, playing's hard to get. Ooh, hush money, hey, hey, yeah.
Dirty Vegas in a smoky dive bar. Bedroom eyes on a stolen guitar. I said, I bet you, boy, I can make you blush. You can keep a secret, baby. Hush, hush. Put your hands on me like you love me the most. Moving closer, I'ma make you a ghost. Gotta keep you hush, hush. Hush, hush. Gotta keep you hush, hush. Hush, hush.
Hush money. I said, how much hush money you gonna need to zip those lips, baby? Tell me please. I said, how much hush money you gonna need to zip those lips, baby? Tell me please. I said, how much hush money you gonna need to zip those lips, baby? Tell me please. Never met a man I didn't know what he needs. Said I'll take you to church, get you down on your knees. Mama taught me well not to get too close, but just enough to get you finished. Adios. I'll be praying on your loving like a snake on a spine. I'm a one-way ticket and you can't go back. Gotta keep you hush, hush. Hush, hush. Gotta keep you hush, hush. Hush, hush. I said, how much hush money you gonna need to zip those lips, baby? Tell me please. I said, how much hush money you gonna need to zip those lips, baby? Tell me please. I said, how much hush money you gonna need to zip those lips, baby? Tell me please. Yeah, yeah. Oh, woo. No, 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 no.
Well, there are many people to thank for our broadcast. First, the Heels, our guest on the program. We want to thank all of you for listening to our webcast, watching us on social media, and those listening to us on our growing network of Red Barn stations and media worldwide. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn's premier radio partner, Central and Eastern Kentucky's radio news leader. You can listen online at weku.org. It's your chance to hear more great live music from Red Barn Radio and WEKU, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Those of you here in the Central Kentucky area, you got to be sure to check out Red Barn TV. It's our weekly program of music, now on ABC 36 WTVQ. Red Barn Radio comes to you from our home, the Arts Place Performance Hall in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. Our website has updates and further information on our guests and future programs. We're on the web at redbarnradio.com. Hey, now before we close out the program, we'd love to bring back the Heels for one more number. Sure. That works for you guys. It certainly works for us.
Oh, thank you so much for having us.
It's been great.
Red Bar Radio. We can't wait to do this again. We're not even done yet, and we can't wait to do it all over again. That's how I always feel.
All right.
This song's called Country Girls Don't Play That Way. Please follow us on our journey. We try to be 3 times the fun. You'll find sang this song on our very first album, Love Heals. Here we go.
Whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa.
You're either in or you're out.
No in between to talk about.
So save your breath, your benefits.
Not all the girls will put up with that. Stop and behave.
No, I'm cards paid.
Won't play your game.
Sweet dog and trade.
Sorry to rain
On your player parade.
but country girls don't play that way. Could have been a nightmare, would have been a daydream. Should have bet money on a different horse. Couldn't throw your hand in, wouldn't let your heart win. Shouldn't go straight to the main course. You're lost, hard game won't settle for less than the homestead. You're lost, hard game, 'cause country girls don't play that way. Whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa.
Not coming up to watching you.
We want that 4x4 and off-road kind of thrill.
We want your love, we want your charm. We're more than just some high heels on your run.
Stop and behave.
No, I'm cards paid.
Won't play your game.
Sweet dog and trade.
Sorry to rain
On your player parade.
but country girls don't play that way. Could have been a nightmare, would have been a daydream. Should have bet money on a different horse. Couldn't throw your hand in, wouldn't let your heart win. Shouldn't go straight to the main course. You're lost, our game won't settle for less than a homestead. You're lost, our game, 'cause country girls don't play that way. Woo! Yeah! You're either in or you're out. No in between to talk about. You're either in or you're out. No in between to talk about. Could have been a nightmare, would have been a daydream. Should have bet money on a different horse. Couldn't throw your hand in, wouldn't let your heart in. Shouldn't go straight to the main course. You're lost, our game won't settle for less than a homestead. You're lost, our game, 'cause country girls don't play that way. Whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa,
All right. The Heels. And that's all for our show for this week. Remember, you can see and hear Red Barn Radio worldwide as we stream live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. It's always great to hear from all of you who listen to Red Barn's archive performances on your favorite streaming platforms and our Red Barn Radio YouTube channel. Remember, your comments, your enthusiasm, your sharing, it all keeps us growing and continuing our mission to bring roots music Southern style to your neck of the woods and beyond. And now we bid you good night. Let's stick together, let's appreciate each other, and let's join up again for another great evening of music and conversation on Red Barn Radio. I'm Bradford Becker. See you next time.